Hey everyone, this week I've been spending time with this 2025 Hyundai Tucson Hybrid Limited. So let's go ahead and take you for a quick walk around it. We'll dive in the exterior and interior impressions, and then we'll take it for a spin. Now, the 2025 Hyundai Tucson has been mildly refreshed. You do get a newer looking front fascia, a little bit more streamlined, some newer wheels as well, and I believe the lights out back are a little bit more streamlined as well, a little bit more sleek looking. This color is called Amazon Gray. Very, very sharp. Kind of looks green to me. If I were to pick this car, I definitely would choose this color. I love it. LED headlights, fog lights, turn signals all the way around. Looks very sharp. 19-inch wheels, wrapped in Michelin Primacy all-season tires. Very nice tire and wheel combination. It's nice to see Hyundai putting Michelins on their cars now. I love Hyundai's, like triangle styling. It's a love it or hate it kind of relationship on a lot of it, but I think it looks pretty good on this vehicle. The Elantra, on the other hand, I'm not sure. You do get a power liftgate as well. Very nice to see. It's a little bit on the slower side. Plenty of cargo space back here. This load floor actually lowers to allow a lot more, taller objects to be fit back here. Pretty easy. No spare tire, obviously. This is a hybrid, battery kind of takes up the space. I'm sure you could actually probably fit a compact spare tire back here if you took the foam out. But you do get a tire mobility kit, which is nice to see. 12-volt outlet back here. And one of my favorite things is the ability to fold down the rear seats with these levers. Love that. But you do have to kind of open the back here to kind of get it to go where it's almost flat, but reveals a lot more cargo space. You could probably actually camp back here pretty comfortably, and yeah, not bad at all. The only downside is you have to come back to the second row and obviously put the seat back, but you have to do it via the levers on the sides. So I can't move this unless I go all the way over here, pull this lever up, and move it up that way. It's kind of a bummer. Wish they would revise that. It's been a thing on Hyundais for a while now, but it is what it is. Plenty of cargo space. Can't complain at all. You can also tow 2,000 pounds with the Tucson Hybrid, which is nice to see. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the back seat here. To get the nice leather seating surfaces in here. It's the gray-green interior. Very nice ingress. Rear heated seats as well. That's something you don't see very often. A couple mat pockets, rear vents, 2 USB-C ports, pull down center armrest with a couple cup holders. Very comfortable. These seats are a little bit hard, but I think over time they'll break in and get a little bit softer. Very nice, comfortable position. You can even recline pretty far back as well, and enjoy the nice panoramic sunroof, which I will open. Yeah, I like it. I got about 2 or 3 inches of headroom and about 4 to 5 inches of legroom. I'm 6 foot. The driver's seat's in my position. Plenty of room back here for kids and adults. I do like the plastic seat backs. A lot of people think it's cheap, but if you have kids and they just kick the living bejeebies out of your seat, it's a lot easier to clean the plastic. Yeah, it'll get scratched up, but I don't know. It's just easier to clean. Here's a quick shot of the dash. New for 2025 is the infotainment, a revision of the, climate controls and steering wheel. We'll get up there and look at it here shortly, but yeah, overall back seat pretty solid. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's under the hood of this Tucson. So under the hood of the 2025 Tucson is a 1.6 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. It's obviously hybridized, so it produces a total of 231 combined horsepower. Definitely quicker than the gas version of this car, and I would say a little bit quicker than the CR-V and the Toyota RAV4, but not by much. Gets about 35 miles a gallon combined, 35 city, 35 highway actually, and yeah, pretty efficient powertrain. Not as efficient as the Honda CR-V or the Toyota RAV4, but it's nice that they were able to, at least throw a traditional transmission in there. Be nice, a lot nicer for towing rather than using a traditional CVT. You get smart key access on the doors, and you also do get the Hyundai smartphone key as well that you can use. Dual power seats that are heated and ventilated up front. That's something the CR-V doesn't even have, and I don't think the RAV4 even has, unless you opt for a like a prestige package or something like that, which is $1,000 more than this vehicle costs. So that's pretty nice to see. Very comfortable, adjustable lumbar as well, the memory as well. Up front here, you're greeted with the 12.3-inch screens. This is Hyundai's new CCNC interface. Very nice, very intuitive, easy to use. Wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, and also you get a 360 reverse camera as well. That's something you don't even get on a Honda CR-V, which I like. Control a bunch of settings in the vehicle. This vehicle has ambient lighting as well, so you can control the lights in here, drive modes. Oh yeah, this vehicle has a customizable My Drive mode where you can choose from Eco, Sport, Smart, or Baby. The Baby drive mode just basically smooths everything out significantly, so you don't wake the baby or move it around very much. Very nice that you can control that. The disadvantage that something I can't figure out is every time I start the vehicle, it defaults into Eco mode. I want it to default in My Drive mode, and every time I start it up, it's in Eco. So a little bit of a bummer there. Maybe you can figure it out in the infotainment, but I can't seem to figure out where it's at. But yeah, you can literally customize everything in here. I could bore you guys with all the details, but what you need to know is it's fast, it's intuitive, and it has wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and doesn't have any glitches at all, at least in my experience. Down through here, you do get a dual zone climate control system. New for 2025 is the physical knobs. You do get a heated steering wheel as well. It's 2-stage, which is nice to see. Heated ventilated seat controls, driver only control, so you're focusing the energy usage on the driver, not heating the rest of the cabin or cooling the rest of the cabin, which is pretty nice. This button here also can be customized. I have it set to go to my phone projection, but you can just press and hold, and it will give you a list of the various menus set to where that button should go, which is nice. You also do get one on the steering wheel as well. Down through here, you do get a couple USB-C ports. This USB-C port can be used for Apple CarPlay and charging, or just charging only. 12-volt outlet down here, and a nice cavernous space. I like it because you can, put the purse down there, put, fast food down there, and it's, nobody's holding it. It's not in the way. It doesn't spill out. It's very smart use of space. New for 2025 is this center console. I think it looks very sharp. You do get your all-wheel drive lock, your drive modes, auto hold, hill descent control, parking camera button, and a parking sensor. Wireless charger as well that heats up your phone to a optimum 350 degrees Fahrenheit. A couple cup holders, a decent size center console, glove box, and a new for 25 as well is a nice little tiered shelf here in the front, which is a nice use of space. I do like how they are trying to focus a little bit more on interior space. That's what's needed, that's what matters, and it's nice to see that they're using that. Up here you do get an auto dimming rear view mirror with HomeLink and a illuminated visor mirror that you have to turn on manually, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's not going to kill you to push a button. Yeah, overall, very nice interior, very nice materials. I mean, you do get some hard plastics in the back seat, the back of the seat, and the door panels a little bit. But overall, up here, so everything's pretty much soft to the touch. The only gripe I really have is the excessive use of gloss black plastic on high traffic areas. I don't know why manufacturers are insisting on doing that. Everything else is very nice, very well built. No squeaks, no rattles in this interior this week. And yeah, look at this panoramic sunroof. I don't even think you can get that in the Toyota RAV4, at least something that big. I know the Honda CR-V you can't. It just goes up to here. You just get a regular sunroof. But yeah, the backseat passengers can recline and really enjoy that sunroof pretty nicely. So enough blabbering. Let's go ahead and take this for a spin. You do get a nice little rotary shifter here, which is very intuitive. Frees up some space here. It's not too convoluted to use. You just twist it forward to go forward, twist it backward to go backwards, and push it in on the end to park. You do get Hyundai's blind spot monitoring cameras included on the gauge cluster there. I love those so much. Definitely helps with keeping your eyes on the road, at least in front of you rather than on the side, or a lot of people like to look over their shoulder, even though you're not supposed to. And yeah, it just helps out with that. I wish that more manufacturers would do that. I know Honda had something like that in their infotainment several years ago, and they got rid of it. And now that they have digital gauge clusters, I don't know why they just don't bring it back. But anyways, you do get blind spot monitoring in the mirrors as well that help out with that, in addition to the blind spot monitoring cameras. Now this road surface is awful. You're probably hearing a lot of road noise, and honestly, I think it's not loud at all. This is a very refined ride here for this Hyundai Tucson. And this road surface is gravel mixed with tar. Our county is way too cheap to fix the roads properly, so they just chuck this stuff down and call it a day. And this vehicle is doing a very good job of keeping the road noise down. In the Ohio potholes as well, it handles this pretty nicely. I would say it's pretty similar to a Honda CR-V and a Toyota RAV4. Road noise is significantly quieter than a Honda CR-V and Toyota RAV4 by far. Not even close. But yeah, overall, not bad at all. Do get a nice heads-up display. Something I don't have in my Honda CR-V. Something that the US Honda CR-Vs don't even get. Brake pedal feels nice. It's not smushy or it's not gushy. Do a quick 0 to 60 is a good spot to do it. Come to a complete stop. And floor it. Ooh, throws you back in your seat nicely. All 231 horsepower is unleashed. I think power is up a little bit over the 2024 model. Not quite sure by how much, but it's a very quick SUV. I do like how this has a 6-speed automatic transmission. Toyota's been kind of experimenting with that in their new Toyota Crown that I tested and a Land Cruiser I tested. And Toyota needs to take some hints from Hyundai here in terms of implementing a hybrid powertrain with a torque converted automatic. It's so smooth. The transition from gas to electric is very good. You can hardly even tell. And the shifts are just like a normal automatic transmission. It's not jerky. It's very smooth. If you're a person that wants a hybrid vehicle but doesn't want that CVT drone, or if you're going to tow, this is a good vehicle to do it because it's like it has a regular transmission. So CVTs tend to be a little bit delicate, but this should be a little bit more robust for towing. Love the throttle response, especially in my drive mode. Plenty of power anytime. You can put your foot down, kicks down. Plenty of passing power. Yes, it's probably not as responsive as something with a CVT that can, pretty much just adjust on a whim, but it's fine. Now, is this going to be as reliable as a Toyota and Honda? Probably not, because you have a lot more moving parts here. You have a turbo, number one. Number two, you have a regular, torque converted automatic. So that's a lot of moving parts here as well, and a lot more features in this car than a Toyota and Honda would have. This is going to have more issues, but most people don't even keep their cars for 5 to 10 years. This has a 10-year, 100,000 mile warranty, so at least you have something to back it up there. But most people don't even keep their cars for 10 years, so it doesn't really matter. It's kind of a sad reality on that part. But if you're someone who keeps a car for long term, you might want to consider a Honda or Toyota over something like this. Not saying that this is unreliable. This 1.6 liter turbo is actually a very proven powertrain. It's one of the most reliable Hyundai engines produced on the market. It's actually a global engine as well. It's used in a ton of products overseas, and it's a very good engine. But facts don't lie. A lot more moving parts than something like this. You're going to have some issues down the road. So it's just something to keep in mind. I really like how it keeps the vehicle in EV mode. It's pretty smart with that. There's a setting in the infotainment as well. Yeah, Green Zone EV Drive maximizes EV driving to protect the environment. They do make a plug-in version of this as well, but honestly, I think I prefer just a regular hybrid version. Just more unnecessary weight and complications to add. I think the hybrid version here is great. As we're on this state route here, you do get Hyundai's Highway Driving Assist. It's pretty easy to engage. All you got to do is just press this button here, and adaptive cruise control is engaged. You can control the following distance and the speed with these two buttons here, and the lane centering is just to push a button here. Very nice system. I think it's the best in the business. Keeps you centered in your lane. Doesn't wander and looks like you're drunk or anything. And definitely one of the best in the business. Can't wait till something like Highway Driving Assist 2 comes to a vehicle like this, and can make lane changes and things and do a little bit better in lane centering. Not that this is bad, but Highway Driving Assist 2 is pretty nice. Something like that in the Ioniq. But yeah, it's pretty easy to disengage too. You just press those buttons and it's off. This is a very user-friendly vehicle. That's one of the things that I appreciate about Hyundai, is keeping it simple, especially their electric offerings. And it's just easy to climb in, get in, and figure everything out. My mom was able to figure stuff out, and yeah, no complaints at all. Kind of go around the roundabout. Yeah, it definitely is a little bit on the heavier side. A lot of body roll. Something like the Toyota RAV4 or the Honda CR-V Hybrid is definitely a lot more sportier feeling than this. This just, the steering is numb, and it feels heavy. But I mean, honestly, most people that are going to buy this are going to care, because they're not going to take this car on a back road and really care about something like that. The paddle shifters behind the steering wheel control the amount of regen you can have when you let off the throttle. I don't particularly care for it, to be honest with you. The CR-V has something very similar, and CR-V works really well. You can kind of one pedal drive that thing. It doesn't bring you to a stop, but it's very linear, very smooth. This, as soon as you let off the throttle, it's like an on-off switch. I'm barely touching the throttle, and it's just going full regen, and it's not as smooth as a CR-V. And it's kind of a shame, because Hyundai's electric vehicles have one of the best one-pedal systems I've ever used in any electric vehicle, and it's a shame it didn't pass it along to something like this. Which I think would, could be improved in a later model. So Hyundai, that's something to think about, is to definitely refine your one pedaler, manual regen a little bit better. This vehicle also does come equipped with a Bose stereo system. We'll go ahead and take a listen to it real quick. I do love this volume slider here on the steering wheel. Love having that. Can you push it into mute? Alright, let's go to the next track. Steering wheel audio controls are nice to have. Yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's a high B tier, low A tier system. Yeah, definitely for the price point is very good. better than the JBL in the Toyota RAV4, and I would say on par, if not the same, as the Honda CR-V Bose. I have driven this vehicle almost 200 miles now, and I've been getting 35.4 miles a gallon. So yeah, we're getting a little bit better than the EPA estimate. I mean, you get a 450, 500 mile range as well, so that's something. There's something to be said about that. I love Hyundai's welcome noises. They always crack me up. Some people find them annoying. I just think it's hilarious. I love it. Vehicle also does come equipped with remote start. It's Hyundai's new key fob. You can see it's, you know, shaped like an H. I don't particularly care for the design of it, and the key is separate. It's not integrated in the key fob. It's huge. It's cheap feeling. Not quite sure what they're doing. But anyways, to get to the trick, this also does come equipped with Hyundai Smart Park feature, Smart Park as everybody likes to call it. You know, you just press and hold on the key fob to make it go forward. This is useful as if you're, you know, in a puddle or parked too close to somebody, and or didn't pull up far enough. You can just do it without getting back in the car and starting up. Very convenient. As soon as you let go of the button, it stops. So guys, let me know what you guys think of the new refreshed 2025 Tucson. Hopefully I didn't call it a 2024 in this video, because I'm so used to reviewing 2024s at this point. But what a treat this has been. Shout out to Hyundai for letting me drive this for the week and review it. It has been a pleasure, like all Hyundais have been. I love reading your guys' comments, so be sure to leave one, and be sure to like the video as well. And if you don't mind subscribing, that would be great. And we'll go ahead and see ya in the next video. Take care, everybody.